All right. So we are about ready to begin some more baseball. Yesterday, Gerardo. Hello. 안녕하세요, Bekopa. So yesterday, Arado ended up pitching a complete game shutout. So Samsung's bullpen is obviously going to be fully rested. A huge amount of runs late in the game. Welcome in, GNF. A huge amount of runs late in the game. Pretty much put the game out of reach, which means KT's main guys are going to be not having any issues today as far as you know, being tired because it's Sunday and all of that. So both bullpens are going to have fairly rested uh, main arms in the bullpen. So again, they've only been playing for a couple weeks or a week and a half now after the All-Star break. So there shouldn't be any issues with bullpen usage or anything like that. So the main thing is going to be it is Sunday. Both of these pitchers did pitch on Tuesday, which is usually a little bit of an issue. But as the first pitch is in there for a strike, Go Young Pyo, on the other hand, pitches extremely well on Sunday. 3 games so far this year on Sunday, a 171 ERA for him. So he pitches well on Sunday. Juan Tayin on Sundays. Pretty much the same as most of the time. So here we go. The 1-1 pitch to Yuji Huck, and that catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Go Young Pyo is not a guy that walks a lot. He's not a guy that gives up a lot of home runs. So he does strike outs a good amount, which is from that sidearm. Pak Mino, as that is lifted into the air under it, and that's one away. 네, 어제 박민우 끝내기 2-run pull, as that's is one away. That's going to bring up Kim Sung-yu. All right, so Kim Sung-yu steps in. Kim Ji-chan not in the lineup. I don't know if he's injured again, as that just catches the outside corner. Look at the didn't have a chance to look at all of the roster. So it looks like Kim Ji-chan is injured again. And the 0-1 catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2. Oh, mainly 2 pitches. What's up, Stefan? Yeah, I could only imagine. As second, the shortstop out under, it's under the grass, and that's going to be a 2 away. Yeah, until the 3 runs, I thought Hano actually had a chance to come back. Because SSG bullpen technically is better than Hanoa's, according to the ERA and WHIP, but Hanwha just plays so well coming from behind. But yeah. Are you at the stadium or are you watching on TV? As that catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Gujau. Nobody. As the 0-1 is chopped foul. And it's 0-2. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Catches him looking at it, and that's just on TV. Yeah, you got Moon Dong-ju at least. As 3 up, 3 down. A quick. It is Greg. A man can have many names. You're going to oh, and then what day are you going down to Gwangju? Friday? Ah, that's too bad. Because I'm gonna stream Nails should be starting on Saturday against Hanwha, so I'll stream that game because uh James Nails, the Kia pitcher, his brother and his father watched the stream so that they can get some sweet English information about their son or brother. So leading things off for Hanwha or for Hanwha for KT is going to be the uh, the shaky leg syndrome himself, Kim Min Hyuk, as KT's got the Giants Water Festival going. The KBO famous water festival. Hanwha tried to do it during the All-Star game. Hanwha years ago, years ago. Yeah, watch on TV and then get some English updates on what's on the screen. So Won Tae-in will start for Samsung. He's had a decent year, 16 starts on the season, 3.25 ERA. He didn't start at the beginning of the season due to injuries in the spring. As far as against KT, he has not pitched well though. 4.50 ERA, only the one game, 6 innings. Gave up 3 runs in those 6 innings, but Kim Min Hyuk looks at ball 1 on the outside, and it's 1-0. Samsung has been dealing with a ton of injuries. I believe they've lost 4 pitchers already on this season. And the 1-0 is right down the middle, and it's 1-1. Oh, Kim Min Hyuk, in his last 5 games, he's been leading off. KT has struggled a lot offensively. They've rotated in and out at that top of the order, as that's going to be a ground ball through the left side. And just like that's the no-hitter, the perfect game are both gone on the first at-bats. For who? No, not today. Yesterday he was. Today is Jung Byung Ho. As Kong Bae Ko lifts that one to right field, he's having trouble finding it, but he does, and that's going to be 1 away. Oh yeah. So yeah, Hog Young Min is KT's third baseman. That's the guy that they signed away from Doosan in the offseason. Then from there, they had Wang Jae-gyun was the third baseman, but he has been bad offensively and defensively the last couple years. He was played about 4 games with the San Francisco Giants a few years ago. And that's in there for a strike. Is there such thing as too much? All right, here's the man, the myth, and the legend himself, leading candidate of Rookie of the Year, Hog Young Min, or An Hyun Min, 364 on the season, as sets up at the top of the zone, and that's up high. Yeah, it's so tough. Like it's so like this is a game that could go either way without a question. Uh both teams are awful on Sundays. Uh Samsung hitters hit better on Sundays. KT's starter or pitchers pitch better on Sunday. So it's one of those games where yeah, it definitely could go either way. You're in Vegas again? I got to get a Sprite. Got to have something clear in that diet. And another one too is Lifted up. That's going to be trouble. It's going to drop down, and that should be first to third is Kim Min Hyuk, and he is easily in there. A horrible throw by whoever fielded that. And that's going to put runners on the corner for the man that likes to start fights with cheerleaders. Surprisingly, Rojas not in the lineup. Yeah, he started like a an Instagram fight uh with used to be a former Lotte cheerleader, was the most popular cheerleader in the league. And then now she's with Doosan. So that's misses inside and ball one. It was bad enough that he ended up actually getting sued by the cheerleader. I don't know what all happened with that. And then again, he's the one that tried to fight uh, last year, tried to fight Pak Song Wan, as that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Then also you got the first baseman for KT is the other one, Wang Jae-gyun, who just divorced his K-pop idol wife, or maybe he didn't divorce her, maybe she divorced him. But he was another one that was involved in that Hanwha Eagles bench clearing last year. Is that's fouled away, and it's 1-2. Lots of drama with this team. Definitely not the Charlie Brown KT Wiz that you would think of. All righty, here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside and just gets a stitch on the outside corner. Just gets a stitch on the outside corner. What a call out by the home plate umpire, too. That's not a strike. Yeah, we need. No, they already think they're too important as it is. All right, Hog Young Min now steps in. What we need is players to be brought down to reality. And that runs inside. I don't know if it got him. It jumped back, but it doesn't. So just for those of you that aren't familiar with the KBS or the KBO ABS system, when they implemented it last year, they talked to AAA and MLB, and they said, okay, you should add an inch on the sides just to get used to it, as that misses up high. So obviously the plate is 17 inches wide. In the AAA up until last year, it was 19 inches wide, 1 inch extra on each side. And then from there, the obviously in Korea we're using centimeters, not inches, and as that is in there for a strike, 2-1 now. So they added 2 centimeters on each side, so it's currently 17 inches and 4 centimeters on both sides, or extra 2 centimeters on both sides. This last year, they dropped the strike zone down 1 centimeter or 1%. I can't remember exactly, as that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman throws over to Diaz, and that will be 3 away. They get 2 hits, but they leave them on the base pass, and that will take us to the second inning. Getting a leadoff single, moving him into scoring position for your cleanup hitter, and he looks at strike 3. So I don't know when they're going to change the strike zone and move it back to 17 inches, but yeah, I think they lowered the strike zone to kind of take away some of the offense. Last year there was so much offense in the league because pitchers found out that they couldn't throw it in the other batter's box to get strikes, even though they still try to on an 0-2 count. Both pitchers sitting pretty elsewhere around the league. All zeros everywhere. All zeros everywhere. Yeah, my understanding with the strike zone though is it's got to hit both of those parts. So if you saw one, it was red and the other one was white. My understanding is that's supposed to be a ball. They're supposed to hit the strike zone on both parts of that, at the middle and at the very back of the strike zone. That's my understanding. Obviously, looking at that, it's wrong, but at the same time, it could have been actually been a ball if they would have reviewed it. All right, Diaz steps in. Diaz, a huge road home split guy. 309 on the season, 32 home runs as he looks at ball one on the inside. But of those 32 home runs, I think he only has 6 on the road. Double quick, yeah, 26 at home, 6 on the road, as that misses low, 2-0. No, the ABS system is without a doubt the best possible situation in the KBO. Uh, yeah, like I don't, I think it's maybe a couple errors. I don't know if it's ever been challenged as that is in there for strike 2-1. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it has ever actually been challenged. I know there's times that it doesn't register. As far as challenges, I don't think there's a number. So last year when they first started it, the ABS system, uh, they had a tablet or whatever in the dugouts, but it was on a delay so that you couldn't see the pitch before the next pitch was thrown. As a Diaz off the handle there, that's going to drop in, and they're going to be on base for with a single, a leadoff single for Diaz, and there goes that no hitter. But after the big scandal last year with the umpires, the one that was suspended for a year, the one that was kicked out of the league, and then the other ones that were fined and suspended. I do know that they now there's a guy in the dugouts, and you'll see him. He has each team has their own guy that actually has a earpiece to hear the strike balls and strikes, and then they have a tablet that's updated quicker because they said last year the issue was is that is a big swing and a miss from Jun Byung-woo. They said last year the issue was is the stadium Wi-Fi's were too slow to update quick enough is what their reasoning was. So, but yeah, now they're supposed to be able to at least hear it in real time so that there's no differentiation between what the umpire calls and what the ABS system calls. And the 0-1 is going to be a ground ball through the left side. And they've now got runners on first and seconds with nobody out. And that's gonna bring up a Kong Min Ho. Ba, ba, na, 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 na. I'm still not entirely sure what these whole four-leaf clovers are on everybody's helmets. On the helmets, the shin guards, is Kang Min Ho tries to drop down a bunt and doesn't get it back in time. Doesn't matter because it was a strike anyway. And it's 0-1. Very important to get one run here because everybody knows that's in baseball. If you score a run before the other teams, you automatically win. Maybe that's what the umpires think, as that's going to be a ground ball 1-4-3 double play. Should have bunted, as that will erase the runners on first and second, move Diaz over to third with 2 outs. Yeah, they that was what was yeah, that was the thing. Is the big issue was the fact that they tried to cover it up and they were caught on the mic trying to cover it up. Yeah, so I mean they can review it, as that is up and in and a ball 1. My real question is going to be when they have the WBC next spring in March of next year, what is going to happen? Especially with these, these guys now in the KBO that really seem to know the strike zone, or at least getting to know the strike zone well. When they start to get these, the very questionable MLB umpires making calls. All right, here we go. The 1-1 pitch. That's going to be a grounded foul, 1-2. EJ Hyun having a good 5 last games this week, 467 with 7 hits and 2 RBIs from the shortstop. Moved way down in the lineup. Again, he was another guy that's was up at the top of the lineup for a while, but has moved down into the 7 spots. As that's way, way outside at 2-2. Probably moved him down in the lineup because his song was too awesome to have at the top. Da, 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 da. And we've got our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. The 3-2 sets up on the inside, right at the thighs. It runs in, but he swings at it. It's a little pop fly to the shortstop. And that's 2 singles, back-to-back singles, runners on first and second, nobody out, but they get nothing out of it, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. Da, 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 da. No good old Korean commercials. Jetman go gig. I wonder if KT has a thing where they get to play their own commercials during KT games. Da, 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 da. They're still scoreless in all the other games. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. All right. So the KT's going to have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up. Juan Taina, 16 pitches in that first inning for him as he ran into early trouble, but was able to get out of it. Go Young Pyo sitting at 25 as he threw 15 pitches in that inning, 10 in the first, 15 in the second. And wow, right back into a pitch. And that's in there for a strike. And it's on 1. So Wong Jae Gyun 277 on the season as he swings, misses, pirouettes, and is auditioning for the Winter Nutcracker. And the 0-2 sticks the bat out at a ball nowhere near the strike zone. Lifts it, but it gets into the netting above the bullpen. A nice catch there by Young Do-gun off the netting. But we don't count those. Oops. The last 10 games hitting a very robust 91. 3 for 33. No, not really, as that's a swing and a miss at a pitch up at his eyes. Uh, Not that I know of, just because KT has no fans. Like, they really just have no fans. And SK, they didn't have they still don't have very, I want to say they don't have very good fans. They rarely sell out Incheon Stadium. They don't travel very well. As that is in there for a strike, despite the fact that they were really successful for a while. And the 0-1 pitch, and that's yeah. I mean, I've been in Korea longer than the KT Wiz have, so we'll just put that there. And here comes the 1-1 pitch, and he hits him. That'll leave a mark. That puts another runner on first. They've only been in the league since 2014. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, they've been good. It's just they've had a real issue. And you would think that SK and KT would have had an actual bigger rival too, because SSG was originally the Sobong Raiders, I think, Sangbangwoo Raiders, who, as that is lifted up into the air, left fielder, nope, shortstop out on the grass, and that's 2 away. So they wanted to move to Seoul, but LG and Doosan was like, no, we don't want another team to Seoul. So that's when they went to Incheon, because they were actually in Suwon as the Hyundai Unicorns. And then from the Hyundai Unicorns, they moved into Incheon as the SK Wyverns. And now, obviously, they are the SSG Landiers. And now that misses low, ball 1. Jong Jun Won, 191 on the season for the shortstop. And checks over at first, but he's easily back in there. I think I have his name wrong. I'm almost positive. Yeah, I definitely have his name wrong. I was like, wait a minute. That's not right. Probably why I got a hit because I was confusing him with Ewan Suk. I put him down as Owan Suk instead of Oh Yoon Suk. But anyway, as here comes the 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be ripped into the left field. And that's going to be another single as they've got another runner on base. The runner's now on the first and seconds. As the water jets go off, fans had to be real upset yesterday. No water jets because they only had 2 hits. That flips the lineup back over. Kim Min Hyuk 1 for 1 on the day, single to lead off the game for KT. As the shaky leg looks at ball 1 on the outside, 1-0. 28 pitches now for Won Tae-in. Linear speed on the base pass, double scores 2, single should score 1. That misses outside, ball 2. Right fielder for Samsung doesn't have the best arm. Center fielder doesn't have a very good arm either. What's up? Welcome, welcome. How's your Kia pick going? No, never mind. No one has any runs today. And the 2-0 in there for a strike at 2-1. Yeah. Everything is 0-0. Kim Tae-yeon hit a home run. Well, that's his second of the season. Not too shabby. Still alive. All righty, here comes the 2-1 as that is fouled away. 2-2. How's your life, sir? How's the summer treating you? Having some banana kicks. Daddy got you a baseball. Yeah, and here comes the 2-2 pitch. Sets up at the letters, but misses up, and that's 3-2. Runs the count full. Another full count today. You should have been here last week. I opened some KBO baseball cards. All righty, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Runners will be going. And it's fouled away on ball 4. Where did I put this? Oh, there they are. Thank you, Exotic, as that's going to be a little chopper the shortstop throws in time. And that will be 3 away. They get a hit by pitch and a single, but they leave 2 more on. They've left 4 on already today as we go to the 3rd inning. Yeah, so highlights from my picks. So where are we going here? I don't know why. Here you go, Stefan. Yeah, nice No Shiwan autograph card. And then the Pride, the Chushin Su game worn uniform. And here we go, the No Shiwan holographic card. I bought these from KBO last year. As Shimujun is a KT Wiz. No, not really. Regular No Shiwan. Yeah, right. Block in the air. We got a Pak Sang-won holographic. Yeah, there you go, Kiwi. Kiwi, you've seen all these. I was showing Stefan. Stefan is was at yesterday's game. Yesterday's Hanwha game. He's going to Thursday's game, and then he's going to Friday's game in Gwangju. As Hong Hyun Bin gets his first at bat of the day. And he fakes the bunts, but it's outside, and it's 2-0. All right, to the 2-0. Uh-oh. There we go. My camera just went out magically. As the 3-1 catches the outside corner, runs the counts full 3-2. Second full count of the day. And flip that back. There we go. All righty, the 3-2 count once again, 31 pitches for. As that is lifted foul, and it'll stay 3-2. No, Exotic, he's not in the lineup today. He's still on the roster. He's still on the roster. Yeah, the 3-2 misses inside, and he walks him. And the leadoff batter is on base again for Samsung. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Yang Do-gun. Every time I see his name, I just think carrot. Yeah, now that misses up high. 1-0. Very important to get a bunt down here to lower your chance of scoring a run by 4% with your 304 batter. Yeah, now that's in there safely over at first. So Yang Do-gun, this series hitting 667. So of course you want to bunt him when the pitcher just walked a guy. And you have the worst catcher in the league as they check over on him again. Kind of. Looks like Lotte and LG both took leads in their game. Yeah, another 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1. It's all right. Most people don't care. It's not hard to figure it out. You're not the first, man. Don't worry. All righty, here we go. The 1-0 pitch. Nope. We're going to check over it. Ooh, almost got him there. You got a left-hander over there, and yeah, 5 teams, but it's kind of strange. The KBO playoffs, as that's a foul into his foot. And it's 1-2. I don't know why the count shows 1-1. It is definitely 1-2. Don't pay attention to what your screen says if you're watching the game. They are wrong. My screen is correct. Somebody should hire me to be a KBO scorer. Oh, Yang Do-gun hitting a 455 against KT on the season. So again, it's important to have him bunt. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. Checks over at first again. Almost got him again. Now they've fixed the score. Your score bug at the bottom of the screen is correct if you are watching at home on TV or soup, wherever you're watching. All righty, here comes the 1-2 pitch. He was off on the last one. We'll see if he goes again. Nope, as that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout there. And no one away. Flips the lineup back over to UG Yuck. All right, first pitch is in there for strike, and it's 0-1. UG Huck flew out to center field in his first at bat, 0 for 1 on the day. And the 0-1 is chopped back to the pitcher, who throws a nice slow ball over to the first baseman, and that will move the runner up to second base, but 2 away now. Brings up Kim Sung Yoon. Kim Sung Yoon popped up to the shortstop in his first at bats. Yeah, so Jim, the way the KBO playoffs, 5 teams make it, but the number 5 team has to win 2 before the number 4 team ties a game. And so that's in there for a strike. So the number 4 team starts with a 1-0 lead in a best of 3 series. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. Drops down a bunt. But I can fix that. Yeah, it's definitely strange. So that's a foul away, and it's 1-2. All right, I think I've got that fixed. Uh-oh. My tabletta just locked up. As that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman's going to have to hurry the throw in time, and that will end the inning. They get a leadoff walk, but once again, they leave a runner on. They've left two on so far as we go to the bottom of the third. No, the best that any team has done is the second place team. The most recent was in 2018. The second place team, SK Wyverns, actually beat the Doosan Bears to win the championship. It's only happened three times with a second place team. Last year was the first time a number five team had ever actually made it past to the next round, and that was KT beating Doosan. Uh, yeah. So usually, because they the number four team doesn't even have to win a game. That's the crazy part. Is if they tie either game, they advance. All they have to do is tie. All right. Uh-oh. NC just goes up. Pak Minu, another home run. A three-run shot to put NC up 3-0. And Kia has tied the game up on a solo home run and a sacrifice fly. That's 2-2. Why, man, they are so quick to come back as Kong Beiko looks at strike one. They are not messing around. They are coming back mid windup for the first pitch as that's misses low and it's 1-1. I hate when they do that. They come up back so quickly that you can't even actually introduce what's happening as LG is now up 5-0. Game is getting out of hand quickly. Thought Doosan actually might win today, but no. Yeah, no, that's in there for a strike on the outside at 2-2. There we go. I think I've got it fixed now. LG, yeah, they're getting healthy. They still don't have Austin Dean yet, though, as that's a strike looking. You should have bought a ticket if you're just going to watch it. That's a strikeouts number 3 on the day for Juan Tayin. I mean, that wasn't even an ABS strike zone. Maybe he was sidetracked by the seven facial hairs he's got or something. I don't know. I don't know what he was looking at, but not looking to swing is for sure. As An Hyun Min steps in, a 1-for-1 on the day, singled back in the first inning as that misses the top of the zone, 1-1 or 1-0. 40 pitches now for Juan Tayin. Yeah, now that's in there for a strike, 1-1. and fouled away. 1-2. The only real race at this point is the MVP race. Okay, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and just gets a piece of the ball that was off the ground. Maybe he was. No, I don't. I do not. I think that their offense is just so bad. And the 1-2 pitch up way up high, 2-2. I honestly, I don't think they will end the league in the regular season in first place. Honestly, I don't. I think they have. They are so pitcher heavy as that misses inside, runs the count full, 3-2. They are so pitcher heavy that they they only really have four starters: Ponce, Weiss, Yuan Jin, and Moon Dong Ju, and they're obviously the best rotation as An Hyun Min lifts that to right field. Kim Sung Yoon misplayed that badly, but is able to recover and get the outs, two away. Uh, so, Ponce only threw 70 pitches in his last game because of shoulder tightness, then was removed, and they ended up tying against Doosan. Yuan Jin yesterday went 1 inning through 32 pitches and gave up 5 runs. Uh, the bullpen has been showing a lot of signs of cracks lately, as that is going to be caught by the shortstop as everybody collapsed to the pitcher's mound, and then suddenly people started peeling off. But it's a 1-2-3 inning for Won Tae-in and Samsung. Will go to the top of the fourth. Zeros. First 1-2-3 inning there for Samsung. Yeah, they as they Moon Dong Ju just gave up a home run. That was something that he has struggled with a lot last year. So both of those teams now 1-1. So obviously Ponce is the best pitcher in the league by far, no questions asked. Probably will end up winning MVP unless An Hyun Min can continue what he's doing. But he has injury history. Again, in 3 years in Japan, he pitched 60 games, so he averaged 20 games a season. He's now pitched 20 games in the KBO. Weiss is maybe 1 or 2 games away from tying his career high in games, and that was back in I think 2018 or tying his career high in innings, and I think that was like in 2018. He's way over his innings total from last year. Yeah, the bottom of that order. I mean, Che Jae Hoon is probably the most I would say the most consistent of the hitters. He doesn't really slump. He just does what he does. But how much can you really rely on a a guy like that old? I thought you did take Kia. All right, Kujauk. That is ripped into the outfield, and that's gonna hit off the wall. An Hyun Min will pick it up, and he will be on a seconds with a leadoff double. And once again, for the third straight inning, they have the leadoff batter on base. Oh, yeah. I mean, what is up with a LG starter? So his last game, he pitched 5 1/3 innings, took the loss because he gave up 1 run on a solo home run. The 2 games before that, he gave up in 2 1/3 innings, he gave up 6 runs, and the game before that, he gave up 1 run in a third of an inning. All right, the Diaz 0 for 1 on the day. It looks outside. Nope, sorry, never mind. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Is that's outside, and that's and that catches the inside corner, 1-1. So Go Young Pyo, mainly just the 2 pitches. Again, side armor. I guess you would actually maybe call him submariner. I believe he goes below 50%. Changeup is his most popular pitch, 48, 49% of the time. And then off of that, a 2 seamer that he's going to throw 35% of the time. As Diaz squips that down the foul side, and it's 1-2. Then, yeah, from there, you have and 9% of the time he's going to throw a curveball, and then he's going to throw a cutter 4% of the time. So he's mainly a 2 pitch pitcher. And another one too is that's going to be a ground ball, hard ground ball. They're going to go to third base, and they safe. A really, really bad throw by the second baseman, just lobbed it over there. Just lobbed it over to third base, and Gujauk is able to beat it out. The good lord, that was a awfully weak throw. Now, they're gonna review it because it was close, but man, was that a awful throw from bad decision by Gujauk. Yeah, easily safe. Not only was the throw super, super weak, it was way up the line towards home plate. As that will go down as a fielder's choice. Gujauk with an awful decision to run there. And then the throw from Yangdo, or the throw from Oh Yoon Suk was so bad. It was a decent throw. He gets him. All right. So Jun Byung Woo has a chance now. That's misses up high, ball 1. Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, I was like, what is he lobbing that throw for? As that is fouled away, 1-1. KT is one of the worst defending teams in the league, and part of the reason why they are where they are in the standings. All right, to the 1-1. Fouls that away as he just gets a piece of that, and it's 1-2. Yeah, he acted like he was throwing the ball to first base on a routine grounder to the second baseman. So confusing. This is outside at 2-2. And that's right back up the middle. That'll be a four air. As that will score a run. That is the KT inning right there as they step on first or seconds. Oh Yun Suk with another awful play. So Oh Yun Suk easily. All right. Enjoy. See you later, Stephen. Enjoy the game Thursday if you don't stop by. Oh, Yun Suk, a ground ball right back up the middle. He easily grabs it, steps down, throws over to first, but airmails it. So now you got a runner on first with just one out instead of empty bases and a out of the inning. As Oh Yun Suk is responsible for a lot of this stuff happening in this inning. Yeah, their mechanics just make so the strike zone. So if you imagine this is the plates, the strike zone used to be like here back before the ABS system, and it was so if you the strike zone is here, it used to be real short too. So it used to be much wider than the plates and then shorter. So the side armors had an advantage because they could throw off the plates, they could throw side to side. They didn't really throw up and down too much. Now, and I say they are a thing of the past. They should be a thing of the past, but so should bunting with a runner on first and nobody out. And the KBO continues to do that. So you know that the KBO will continue to do other questionable things like continue to keep sidearm pitchers in the league, as that is grounded foul, 2-2. And they don't count it as an error because he got an out. Even the fans in attendance can't believe how bad that was, as that is going to be lifted into right field. The right fielder under it makes the catch, and that's two away. Should be four outs. And ZJ Hyun now steps in. Oh, I guess Samsung did score. Give you guys a run. That was bad. That inning was awful. And that's just catches the outside. 0-1. Man, how tall is that umpire? The shortstop comes up to the umpire's shoulder. Even with the umpire squatted down, he's still almost as tall as the shortstop. As, that's in there for a strike. EJ Hyun is listed at 180, so 5'11, and the umpire is a full head taller. As the 0-2 fouled away. And the KBO, you don't want to lie about your height. You don't want to say you're taller than you are because that increases your strike zone. And it checks over at first and he throws it away. All right. Well, now you've got a runner on second after the awful pickoff move. And he sets up on the outside, a swing and a miss there. He gets a strikeout, but he had to get 5 outs to do it. As Samsung gets one on a double of fielder's choice an error on a double play that should have ended the inning, but a run scores. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. What an awful inning for KT. KT, 62 errors on the season, 983 defensive rating. It's very surprising because they have so many errors constantly in games. But Samsung now 1 for 10 with runners on base, but yet they've managed to take the lead. KT will have their 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up in the bottom of the inning. All right, so Juan back out there. 47 pitches through 3. His first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1, that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman to his left grabs it, throws in time, and that's one away. Wong Jae-gyun will step in now. Oh Yoon Suk on deck. He's the and then runs inside, almost hits him, but he gets out of the way, and it's 1-0. 50 pitches now for Won Jae-in. 16 in the first, 18 in the second, 13 in the third. Yeah, another 1-0 pitch, runs up and in again, and it's 2-0. And that's going to be a diving stop by the third baseman, gets to his feet, and an easy throw over to first. And 2 away. Fantastic diving stop by Jung Byung-woo, one of the few players in the league that rocks the flat brim. And the first pitch is in there for a strike to Oh Yoon Suk. Oh Yoon Suk obviously would like to make amends for his play earlier. And the 0-1 pitch popped foul, and it's 0-2. Jun Byung-woo came over from Kium. Originally a Lotte player, then Kium, and then last year came over to Samsung, can play third and first, as that is in the dirts. 1-2. Oops, wrong side. Da, na, 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 na. Just rubbing it in, showing his air on the scoreboard. The air did not lead to a run, as that is going to be a ground ball, but foul. Stays 1-2. The air did not lead to a run or anything. It's just that the throw to third led to the run. He caught Gujauk making a bad running decision. And could not take advantage of it, as that is in the dirt, and it's 2-2. And pops it up. Diaz in foul territory, and that will be another 1-2-3 inning for Wontaine and Samsung, as we will go to the fifth inning. 1-0 blue team. Make 'em so go, make 'em so go, make 'em so go, make 'em so go. So elsewhere around the league, SSG and Hanwha still tied at 1. They're in the bottom of the fifth now. Kia and Elote, top of the fourth. They're tied at deuces. And then let me change something real quick here. There we go. And then LG and Doosan, 5-3 is Doosan has got 3 back on a couple hits and a couple walks, as they got rid of that pitcher just after I said something, as they've still got a runner on the second with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. And then NC and Kium, NC is up 3-2, and they've also got runners on second and third with just 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. So all the games are fairly close. They're all within 2 runs. So make sure you got to get that advertisement for the Galaxy X Foldy ZQR alphabet soup thing. Awful product placements. Samsung will have their 8-9-1 hitters coming up here in the bottom or the top of the fifth. All right, Go Young Kyo out on the mound still, 63 pitches, as he's ran into some trouble each inning. The leadoff batter has been on base on the second, third, and fourth inning, as that misses outside, and it's 1-0. Hong Hyun Bin walked in his first at bats back in the third inning, but then was left on the bases. And the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. And misses inside, a 2-1. I don't. It's just the time is really difficult for me. Because it's like for St. Louis games, it's a 14-hour time difference. The 2-1 catches the outside corner, 2-2. Maybe next year I'll watch a little bit more, but I'm still as that is lifted up into center field. Beijing Day over and under it though, and that's one away. It was, I don't want to start following it now in the middle of the season. Maybe I'll pay a little bit more attention towards once gets playoff time. But with the Cardinals being absolutely awful, not much for me to really watch. Somehow they're above 500. Pitch number 69 for Go Young Pyo is a Yang Do-gun with an 0-1 counts way, way, way outside. 1-1. Yang Do-gun struck out in his first at bat. 0 for 1 on the day for the Carrots. Swing and a miss there as he was way out in front of that changeup. 120 on the gun. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch way off the zone. And that's going to be strikeouts number 4 and outs number 2. Flips the lineup back over to Yuji Hyuk. 안녕하세요. 축구? And now that's in there for a ball way outside. His curveball is not to curving. 축구공. 네, 더 좋아요. As that's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Isn't I think Samsung's soccer. Oh wow, that just missed. I think isn't Samsung's soccer team? Isn't that in Suwon? All righty, here we go. The 2-1 pitch sets up on the outside corner, misses outside. 3-1. He did walk one batter already. Hong Hyun Bin walked him to start the third inning, lead off the third inning. And he does not walk many, 28 walks in 101 innings coming into today's game, as that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone, runs the counts full. Third full count of the day for Samsung. They popped up to the shortstop in their first one and a walk in their second. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, throws over to first. And that's will be 1-2-3 inning for Samsung. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 1-0 blue team. This is an important inning. This here is a very, very it's taken me a really, really, really long time. The reason why it's taken me such a long time is because I'm really lazy. I don't put a lot of effort into learning. And I would I would study really hard for like 3 months or 6 months, and then I would take like 6 months off, and then I'd have to like take, thanks NGNF. Because the other one was a fielder's choice, so it doesn't go as a hit. He's been on base twice, but it was a fielder's choice, so it doesn't go as a hit. So Wantain struggles a lot in this inning. Opponents are hitting 353 against Juan Zain in this inning. So he will have the bottom of the order, the 8-9-1. But at the same time, the leadoff batter against Juan Zain is also hitting 354. So if it gets to that, I could see KT tying the game up in this inning, honestly. After this inning, Juan Zain obviously does much, much better after the break. So we'll see what happens here. Bae Jung Dae will lead things off for KT in the bottom of the fifth. So they'll have Bae Jung Dae, Jung Jun Won, and Kim Min Hyuk. And the first pitch is lifted up, second base, shortstop under it, and that's 2 at bats, 2 pop flies to the shortstop, and 1 away here in the fifth. Jung Jun Won steps in. He singled in his first at bats. And that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Yeah, their offense is really not good, but Samsung's offense is also not good away. That is lifted up into the air. Right fielder and second baseman collapsing on it. Right fielder takes it, and that's 2 away. 2 quick outs, actually. This flips the lineup back over. Kim Min Hyuk already 1 for 2 on the day. Again, a leadoff batters hitting a 354 against Juan Zain. Opponents hitting 353 against him in this inning. So combine those 2 things together, and who knows? Do a little hot air balloon riding. All right, here we go. That is crushed off the bottom of the wall. And he will be on second base with a stand-up double. Like I said, the leadoff batter hits so well against Juan Zain, and in the 6th inning, or the 5th inning, opponents hits really well. He just missed it. That's a home run in Samsung's stadium. Now you got a runner on the second for Kong Bae Ko. Kong Bae Ko is not had a good last 4 years, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Kong Bae Ko flew out to right in his first at bat, struck out looking in his second at bats. And the 0-1 misses up and in, 1-1. Samsung's. I would say Samsung, then SSG, and then Hanwha. As that is rolled over, second baseman grabs it, an underhand toss to first. And that is 3 away. They leave another one on base. They've left 5 on base. They've gone 2 for 8 with runners on base, 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. I will be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. Remember, it takes a little bit longer now because they add some time for all of the heat. So I'll be back in just a few. 100% natural, ladies and gentlemen. 100% natural. Even the announcers are mentioning it. So they do add some time. It just sometimes they add minutes, sometimes they add 2 minutes, sometimes they make it 10 minutes. It's always different. There's never any consistency. Again, we're just waiting. Don't know when they're going to start the game back up. All right, there we go. Now it looks like they're ready to start back up. Kim Sung Yoon will lead things off for Samsung. 78 pitches for Go Young Pyo, as the first pitch is a ground ball right back to the first baseman, and that's will be one away. One pitch, one out. Make sure my microphone is still on. Yeah, to add to what I was talking about, Jim, before the break, Samsung's stadium, the reason why it's so hitter friendly is because their center field is far, but so their center field goes here. And instead of being more of a rounded shape, they have 100 to the corners, but it goes like this. So their left and right center is the shortest in the league, and it's not even close. As that is ripped into right field, and he is on base for the second straight time with a one-out single. Can't believe the second baseman didn't dive for that. All right, here we go. Jamshil, or so the stadium that LG and Doosan play in, or it used to be Lotte Stadium, but Lotte lowered their walls in the off season, so Lotte, it'd be yeah, definitely Lotte Stadium, or LG and Doosan Stadium. Both of those are hitter friendly, or sorry, pitcher friendly, just because their walls are so tall. And the 0-1 is grounded foul. 0-2. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball for 6-3 inning double play. And that's will take us to the bottom of the sixth. Got a single, but immediately eliminated. looks like SSG is taking the lead with another solo shot from Che Jung. Che Jung 2 for 3 with 2 solo shots off of Moon Dong Ju. Again, Moon Dong Ju struggles with the homer, and he's given up 2 of them. Both of them apparently no doubters, registering at 130. Cool. Are you still in the chat? You might want to check that LG game. Like 6 pitches that inning for Go Young Pyo. All right, so KT will have their 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. I mean, KT has just been so unhealthy all year. So to me, like, they are a team that should be really good. KT has a really good bullpen, but and then NC, man, NC's offense is just so good. As that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-on. And NC also gets their Korean ace back, I think this month. As the 0-1 is lifted up into right field, coming in, that's going to be trouble. Making the catch, running over his shoulder is Yang Do-gun. And that will be 1 away. As the Samsung defense has been the difference in this game. Samsung's defense making fantastic plays, and KT's defense not. That's going to bring up a Jong Sung-woo. Jong Sung-woo 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out looking at his first at-bat. It popped up to the shortstop in his second. Yeah, and here comes the first pitch, low. Ball 1. And that runs inside. 2-1 now. The 2-1 pitch, curveball catches him looking at it, and it's 2-2. Yeah, definitely. But remember, NC has been injured so much. But at the same time, that's misses low, ball 3. That runs the count full, 3-2. NC is 12 games back behind Hana. And then you have KT in 4th that is 9 games back. So there's only 3 games difference between NC and 4th place. Is fouled away, and it stays 3-2. And again, NC is also playing fairly well without Davison, who's still injured or re-injured. But at the same time, you have LG, who's now losing to Doosan. LG is also without Hong Chang-ki and Austin Dean, as that's going to be a ground ball right back up the middle. And he is going to be on base for the first time today with a 1-out single. That brings up a Hog Young Min. Hog Young Min 0 for 2 on the day. Couple ground outs. A ground out will easily turn a double play here. And Hog Young Min looks its ball one outside, 1-0. Juan Tayin here in the sixth. The 250 is what opponents hit against him. Number 4 batter hits a 357, which is just there with Jang Sung-woo. Number 5 only hitting a 143 against him. Have a mound visit here. So SSG is taking the lead. They're up 2-1 against Hanwha. Kia and Lotte still battling it out. They're tied at 2 in the bottom of the fifth. Doosan has taken the lead 6-5 against LG. And NC is still up 6-4 against Kyung. This game is the farthest along in the lead right now. On the KBO stats app, as that's in there for a strike, and it's a 1-1. So, like, when I'm prepping for games, so like, here's all of Won Tae-in's stats that I use, and here's Go Young Pyo. So I do everything from their record against each other, their record at that's in there. Nope, just misses low. Ball 2-1. So I do things like what their record is on the season and all their stats for the season. Also, their record against the other team. And then if they have a big road away splits or a big like day split or something like that. And then their last 5 games, those stats, as that is popped up left fielder under it. Yeah, I mean, my whole goal is that, you know, in 2020, when ESPN was doing the broadcast, I know that a lot of people complained that they didn't talk about the game, that the game was like on in the background. So I wanted to make sure to do a, you know, if I was watching the game, what would I want to know? So I go, you know, all of the information that I would normally hear in a broadcast when I was watching MLB is the information that I tried to prep, as that's misses outside, 1-0. And then I keep stats of for every at bat and everything also, so that I can talk about it as the game is going. And here comes the 1-0. That's misses outside. So like the like if you're looking at the screen, it says he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground ball. But where did the ground ball go? You know, so he grounded out to the third baseman. That was the diving stop by Jun Byung-woo back in the 4th inning. Is that misses low? Just misses low, 3-0. And then the other thing that you never hear during a broadcast is like how many have they left on base? What are they doing with runners on in scoring position? What are they doing with runners on base? You never have those stats in these games, as that just catches the bottom of the zone, and a 3-1. Also, they never talk about, oh, this is the second time he's had a full counts, or, you know, last time he had a 12 pitch at bats. They never talk about those things that have so much to do with the actual game. Yeah, no, the 3-1 is popped up center fielder under it, and that will be 3 away. Oh man, it's so bad. All right, they leave another one on base. That's six now that they've left on base, as they have now gone 2 for 10 with runners on base, 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. As we will go to the seventh inning. Go Young Pyo should still be back out there. 84 pitches for him through the 6 innings. Normally he's going to throw about 100. He can throw 100 and more. Last game he pitched 94 pitches. That was on Tuesday. Then the game before that was before the All-Star break, 111. But he also threw 114 pitches before that, a couple weeks before that. So easily can throw 100 plus pitches. He should easily come back out. Juan Tayin is sitting equally as nice with his pitch count. He's sitting at 83 pitches. So both pitchers sitting nicely. We'll have the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for Samsung. Jun Byung Yu, Kang Min Ho, and EJ Hyun. Oh, Go Young Pyo is still out there. Yeah, a lot of KBO fans, or at least Hanwha fans, when I talk bad about Hanwha, their answer is always, "Oh, you don't understand the KBO. Oh, you don't understand Korean baseball," or something like that. That is way outside. Ball one, 1-0. Jun Byung Woo 1 for 2 on the day. Singled in his first at bat back in the seconds, and then was eliminated on the double plays. Swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. Then a ground ball to the second baseman, and that was the one that he touched the bag through to first, but airmailed it, and he ends up getting an RBI out of what should have been a double play, as he lifts that one up, left fielder under it, and one away. "13 quality starts, 76% of the games." 3 straight quality starts for him. The other one was a giant clunker. So this is his fourth quality starts. As long as he doesn't end up allowing very many runs, as that catches the outside corner. Oh, it's 0-1. 7 innings, no runs. 6 innings, 2 runs, only 1 earned, and then 6 innings, 1 run is really his last 3 games. Plus this one is that's going to be a ground ball, diving as shortstop, but just gets past him, and he is on base for the first time today with a 1-out single. All right, runner on first base, Kang Min Ho, no speed whatsoever. He is an old catcher. EJ Hyun steps in. He popped up to the shortstop in his first at bat and struck out. Turns on that one. As that will be 0-1. 90 pitches now for Go Young Pyo. And that's going to be a ground ball, foul. Ball boy will get a chance to show his skills, and it's 0-2. And that's misses outside, and it's 1-2. Hanwha has tied that game up 2-2. Yeah, and the 1-2 pitch just sets up on the outside, right above the knees. And he grounds that one foul. Ball boy misses, plays it. Yeah, I see they have a runner on second and third with 2 outs. And Kim Tae-yeon up. Surprised they don't pinch hit Kim Tae-yeon for the other guy. All right, the 1-2 pitch pops him up. Left fielder under it, can't find it. There he goes. He found it, and that's 2 away. Walks to load it up. Who's on deck? Who's up now? JJ Hun? The wall himself. And that's in there for a strike. 2. Hong Hyun Bin. Hong Hyun Bin, 0 for 1 on the day. Walked in his first at bats. And then a fly out to center in his second at bats. And the 0-1 in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. 96 pitches now for Go Young Pyo. Won Tae-in warming up over there on the third base side, getting ready to come back out. And the 0-2 swing and a miss, and he leaves another one on base. They've left 4 on as they continue to not be able to do anything with runners on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 1-0. I don't know why that says 8th. It is not the 8th. Must have hit the wrong button when I was hitting something else. Fairly close game, honestly. Well, that should be it for Go Young Pyo. 7 innings, 97 pitches. Uh-oh. Does that mean he grounded out? A little 6-4 ground out. I'm going to guess. That's my guess. A 6-4 ground out. Okay. Oh, wow. That is not a common occurrence for him. Surprising, surprising, surprising. All right. Yeah. 7, 8, 9 coming up for KT. Mekum sekum, mekum sekum, mekum sekum, kum sekum, kum sekum. Leaving the bases loaded. That is Hanwha's MO, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Oh Yun Suk. Won Tae-in is still out there. As we've got a pinch hitter here. Misses outside, ball 1. And that misses low, ball 2. Lee Jung-hoon. 306 on of the season as that is in there for a strike. And it's 2-1. He hasn't played too much. Don't let the 306 fool you too much. And that is going to be a ground ball through the right side as both the first baseman and the second baseman dive, but they're not able to grab it. And that puts the leadoff runner on base. I think either one of them stops it. They're probably not going to be able to get him out anyway. Now they've got a runner on first, and they're going to have a pinch runner here. Hanchi something. Hanchi Young. So Juan Tein here in the seventh inning. Opponent's hitting only 170 against them. We're going to bunt here. Very important to get a bunt down, lower your chance of scoring, and the throw to first. Just so stupid. That Kim Sang-soo? Yep. So Kim Sang-soo with the sacrifice bunts. Moves the runner up to seconds, lowers their chance of scoring, and brings up the number 9 hitter. Now they're going to bring up a Rojas. As he is empty on the bench here in the seventh inning. And they're going to have a little mound visit to talk to Juan Tein. Rojas will now come up to bat, pinch hitting here. Kim Sang-soo will stay in and play second base for Oh Yoon Sok. Anchi Young may come out of the game. Maybe he plays, I don't know where he possibly plays. He is an outfielder. So Guangdong Jin will take over at shorts. As that misses low, ball 1. 89 pitches now for Juan Tein. Rojas not having a good season, a 246 on the season. Part of the struggles of the KT offense can be, I don't want to say put on him, but that is a good reason for it, is that is in there for a strike, 1-1. Last year, second in the MVP voting, and this year, not even hitting 250. He is hitting 333 in his career against Juan Tein, though. And that's going to be fouled away. Now 1-2. I think if Rojas didn't have as great of a year last year, he would have already been replaced. Same way with Cuevas for KT. Cuevas obviously was a career KT player, and that's why he was staying. Now he's in Taiwan. He's already been offered a contract to go to Taiwan. So the 1-2 is popped up. Shortstop will take it in foul territory, and that's will be 2 away. Great bunts, ladies and gentlemen. KT's manager, top 3 worst managers in the league, showing why. Bunting, a pinch hit bunt, ladies and gentlemen, a pinch hit bunt. He hasn't had good at bats all season. Nobody should be wish that on anyone. That's going to bring up the top of the lineup, Kim Min Hyuk, already 2 for 3 on the day. We've talked about Wantain's struggles with the leadoff hitter as the first pitch sticks the bat out, and that's will be 3 away on the fly out to left. We'll go to the 8th inning. KT's manager making sure that KT can't score by lowering the chance of a team that already sucks at scoring. We'll go to the 8th. 1-0 Samsung. Well done. Oh for 6 with runners in scoring position. Left 7 runners on base. A sacrifice bunt to lower your chance of scoring a run. All in a day's work in the KBO, ladies and gentlemen. All in a day's work in the KBO. So there'll be a lot of changes there. I'll get them updated as soon as I figure them out. I assume they will also have a new pitcher for KT as Go Young Pyo has thrown 97 pitches. But again, KT's manager's an idiot, so who knows? They may send him out there to throw 115 pitches or something. Using 4 of your bench players to score no runs. Excellent decision. Oh, there's definitely a new pitcher because they have 0 on the pitch counts. All right, Song Dong Hyun will come out. He's been excellent all year. Actually picked up a save just the other day. His first pitch is up high. Ball 1-0. As that is lifted up into center field, left field, center field. And that's 1 away. So as far as changes, looks like Kim Song-soo will go into second base as he pinch hit it to bunt. And then Rojas will go into left. A swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Rojas goes to left. Lee Jung-hoon. So Ichi. So Anchi Young is in the center field now. And that misses low, 1-2. And then Kim Min Hyuk comes out. Guangdong Jin will take over there. All righty, here comes the 1-2. That's going to be lifted into right field, but two away. All right, there we go. Where did All right, how many pitches are we at now? 7. There we go. All right, Kim Sung Yoon, 0 for 3 on the day. And that's going to be past the diving shortstop. And he is now on base, and expect him to be running, ladies and gentlemen. Expect him to be running. The KT catcher is the worst defensive catcher in the league. As we'll get a pitching mound visit. It's your fault, coach. You're the ones pinch hitting to bunt. All right, again, expect him to run. I think the KT catcher's thrown out like something like 10% of runners as that misses inside. Ball 1-0. Kujaruka 2 for 3 on the day as he checks over on the runner. Struck out looking in his first at bat, a double and a run scored in his second at bat, and then a single back in the 6th inning. No, he is the one run in this game. And here comes the 1-0. Checks over on the runner again. Here we go, the 1-0 pitch. As he was running, but fouled away, and it's 1-1. Elsewhere, SSG and Hanwha still at the zeros in the top of the 8th now. Then Kia and Lotte also stuck at deuces in the top of the 7th. LG is losing to Doosan, but they've got a runner on first with 1 out in the top of the 6th. And then NC is up to bat in the bottom of the 7th with a 7-4 lead. As here comes, throws over to first. And fouled away. Should be running on this next pitch. Here we go. 11 pitches from Song Dong Hyun. The 1-2 pitch. Runner on first should be off on the pitch. He's gone and easily in there. He's standing up, eating an ice cream cone before the throw ever gets there. That was almost a pitch out, too. It was almost a pitch out. He was set up way outside. Clocking his pop time with a sundial, ladies and gentlemen. Clocking his pop time with a sundial. All righty, here we go. The 2-2 pitch now. And that is crushed off the top of the wall. That'll score a run, and he is on base with another double, this time of the RBI variety. And Samsung takes a 2-0 lead. As they intentionally walk Diaz. There we go. Runners on first and second now for Jun Byung-woo. Jun Byung-woo 1 for 3 on the day. A single, an RBI ground out, and a fly out to left. And waited on that one, but fouls it away. 0-1. Juan Tayin now happy about his 2-run lead. And he waits on it again, swinging through his shoes. All righty, here we go. The 0-2 counts. Low 1-2. 16 pitches now for Song Dong-hyun. Yeah, and the 1-2 pitch. Ooh, barely lays off of that. A beautiful pitch, but it just missed the bottom of the zone, and now it's 2-2. Yeah, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikes them out, but they get another run, this time on a double by Gu Jauk. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 2-0 Samsung. Finally get a hit with a runner in scoring position, and it, well, what does it do? It scores a run. All right, they're going to have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up in the bottom of the 8th. Samsung will obviously be changing pitchers. Bae Chong Sung, the rookie, will come out to pitch. All right, Bae Chong Sung, he throws hard. He will be out on the mound once we return. Elsewhere, top of the eighth inning here in Daejeon. Again, where I live. SSG and Hanwha are tied 2-2, but SSG's got a runner on first with 1 out. Kia and Lotte are tied at 2, but Kia's got a runner on second with 2 outs. Then NC's broken away a little bit. They're up 8-4 now against Kium. So Baechan Sung, first pitch up and in on Kangbae Ko, 1-0. He is a hard throwing left-hander, ladies and gentlemen. As Kangbae Ko lifts that one, but it hooks foul, 1-1. He was the third pick in the draft last year. Not having a bad year, 44 games, a 4.08 ERA, 35 in a third innings, 38 strikeouts, 26 walks, as that's in there for a strike on the bottom corner. Opponent's hitting 281 with a 175 whip. Again, he throws hard. He throws in the 150s, which is very hard for the KBO. As that one misses low, 2-2. Kangbae Ko 0 for 3 on the day, flew out to right in his first at bat, has struck out looking in the third, and a 4-3 ground out in the fifth. And then here comes the 2-2 pitch. Just misses inside. Runs the count full. Many people thought that might have been it. Fourth full count of the day for KT. They're 1 for 3 in the situations. And he lifts that one up. Shortstop in the grass, a sliding catch. Not sure why he needed to slide there, but he does, makes the catch, and that's 1 away. Not sure what the purpose of that slide was. He caught it and then slid. And that'll be it for him. We'll have a new pitcher. He just came in to get the left-hander. And now you've got pitcher coming in to get the righties. As you're going to have An Hyun Min, Jang Sang-woo, Ho Kyung Min, all right-handers. Wang Jae-gyun, too. All right-handers. So 4 straight right-handers. Will they bring in, looks like they're bringing in Lee Sung-hyun. Yeah, that's again, to me, he is the third worst coach in the league. LG's coach is by far, no questions asked, the worst coach in the league. Only because Doosan's coach quit. He was the worst coach in the league, absolutely by far and away. But now LG is taken over. Hanwha's coach, Hanwha's manager is firmly in second. An Hyun Min will greet Lee Sung-hyun. Lee Sung-hyun of the right-handed variety. Samsung has 2 Lee Sung-hyuns. One is a left-hander who is now actually done for the season. I think he had surgery on his elbow or his shoulder at the All-Star break. And then you have the right-hander, Lee Sung-hyun, who is coming in now. Samsung has really struggled late in games with being able to close out. So Lee Sung-hyun, a 7.31 ERA, 16 games, 2-0, 16 innings, 3 holds, 328 batting average against, 5 walks to 12 strikeouts. So On Min has to call time and wipe his face as the sweat or something. Whoever designed these stirrup socks that these teams use needs to be put in front of a paintball firing squad because they are hideous. As that misses outside, ball one. Alrighty, here comes the 1-0 pitch. On Min, 1 for 3 on the day, singled in his first at bats. And that is ripped. That's going to drop in front of the left fielder. And he'll be on base with a another single, his second of the day. That's going to bring up a Jong Sung-woo. And this Samsung bullpen is bad. I mean, bad. As that one is in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. SSG's got the bases loaded with one out on the top of the sixth or top of the eighth. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside, 1-1. No, the bullpen ERA for Samsung 4.67, seventh in the league, and then the bullpen WHIP is 145, as that one is fouled away, 1-2, fourth in the league. But the blown saves, 13 blown saves. Only Doosan with 16 and KBO with 14 have more. All right, to Jong Sung-woo. First game in the fifth, he had a 2-run homer. Misses up high, 2-2. 1 for 3 on the day. Struck out looking in his first at bat. A pop fly to the shortstop in his second at bat. Then a single back in the sixth inning. But like every other KT batter or runner, he was left on base. And the 2-2 pitch way outside runs the count full, 3-2. Second full count of the day for him. He singled in his other one. 1 for 4 on the day is the KT Wiz. That man is, I don't know if that is sweat or just water because he is working hard in the stands. And the 3-2 catches the outside corner. The throw is awful. So he's going to get the stolen base with the strikeout looking. Moves him into a scoring position. But 2 outs now, as that's the second time he struck out looking today. A really bad throw. On Min was able to keep his hand on the ground or on the glove. Bag. You know, Hog Young Min now will it'll be up to him. And that misses outside. Ball 1-0. Hog Young Min 0 for 3 on the day. 4-3 ground out, a 5-3 ground out, and a fly out to left. He was brought in for his 300 average and solid defense at third. That misses. That's in there for a strike. Now 1-1. 10 pitches now for the big right-hander. I may do one on Tuesday. So next week I'm on vacation, so I don't need to. I don't work when the games are. So maybe I'll do probably two weekday games as the 1-1 misses low 2-1. I'll have to see what the pitching matchups are for the different games. All righty, here comes the 2-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside. Just catches the outside bottom corner, 2-2. Beautiful pitch there. And SSG is taking the lead on a sacrifice fly. But then a tag up out is that is a 3-2 now and another full count. Third full count of this inning. This is pretty much the game, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a liner right to the second baseman, and that's will be 3 away. They get a single and a stolen base, but once again, they cannot get anybody in. We'll go to the ninth inning. It's Samsung 2, KT 0. Absolutely awful. 2 for 14 with runners on base. 0 for 6, 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. 8 runners left on base. They don't deserve to win. Samsung will have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up. Oh, they are awful. I wonder what they are. I'll check and see what they are on the season. That is one stat that they actually have. KT is 264 with runners in scoring position, and that's sixth in the league. Samsung is 284. But neither team has done well at all. So elsewhere, Lotte is threatening. They've got runners on first and second in the bottom of the seventh, as that game is tied 2-2. LG threatening to take the lead back as they've got a runner on seconds in the top of the seventh. They're down 6-5, 1 out there. And then NC and Kium 4-8. All right. No, Kongmino leads things off. Out on the mound, Pak Young Hyun, the closer, 3.28 ERA, 46 games, 46 and a 2/3 innings, 27 saves, a 257, 256 batting average against. And the first pitch is lifted up into left field at the wall. Goodbye, baseball. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the game. EJ Hyun now steps in, and that's going to be a single to left. Two pitches, a home run, a single. That's going to bring up Hong Hyun Bin. All right, game is going to get out of hand quickly as that's going to be a bunt. First baseman grabs it, underhand tosses. And moves EJ Hyun up to second base. But again, just like usual, wasted outs. That was just a moonshot. How far was that? 110 meters, but man, that was like 45-degree angle. It was just up in the air. Because it's the KBO, man. Why bunt with a 0-0 game in the first inning? And that's in there for a strike. And finally, he's thrown a pitch that didn't get hit. Yang Do-gun 0 for 3 on the day, a couple strikeouts and a fly out to center. And a swing and a miss there, 0-2. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop grabs it, quick throw in time. And that's 2 away. Runner moves over to third, but again, you've got 2 outs now. Yeah, way too 80s style. It's different if you could play this small ball stuff, but the problem is they don't have 300 hitters. They have 250 hitters at best. So they're still asking for a hit, and they don't get them. Yuji Hyuk 0 for 4 on the day. Fly out to center, a ground ball back to the pitcher, a ground ball to the second baseman, and a fly out to rights as that one is in the dirt. Their whole philosophy is, oh, if we get a guy over at a third, maybe the pitcher will throw a wild pitch. So they're basically saying, I don't trust my hitters to do anything. I only trust the other team to mess up. And then when the games are on the line, whenever it's an important situation, you wonder why. Well, why these guys can't do anything. As the 2-1 miss, oh, does catch the inside corner. Yuji Yuck jumped back there, but then and ended up catching the inner third. And fouls that one away. And that's going to be a chopper to the second baseman. Throws over to first. And that's 3 away. But a big solo shot by Kong Min Ho ends up putting them up 3-0. As we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. KT's got to get 3 runs before they get to 3 outs. Once again, a bunt with a runner on first and nobody else. Scores 0 runs. Elsewhere around thy league. LG has tied the game up 6-6 there. Samsung 3-0 here. NC is just unloaded for 1 run in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 8 in the 8th inning. They've added 3 and they've still got a runner on first and third with nobody outs, as they're now up 11-4. Lotte has got runners on first and third with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. They're tied at 2-2. Hanwha is top of the ninth. SSG is up now. They're up 3-2. Oh, no problem, man. That's why I do it. I'm hopefully as it gets bigger again. My this channel was not originally a baseball channel, which is, surprising at this point. It was originally kind of like my life in Korea channel, and then it is come into this after they changed the broadcast rights here in Korea. All right, Eo Sung out on the mound for for Samsung. He is what I would consider not the best closer, as that one is in there for a strike. 5.31 ERA, 41 games, 9 saves, a 205 batting average against, 53 strikeouts, 20 walks, as that one misses 1-1 now. Wang Jae-gyun, 6-hitter, yeah. Yep. Wang Jae-gyun 0 for 3 on the day. And the 1-1 is a nice pirouette, is that might get out of play. Nope, as Kang Min Ho makes the catch and falls into the speaker, or not the speaker, but the microphone. You probably heard it at home if you were listening. If you weren't, you should probably turn the volume up on the actual game and you'll hear it. Runs into the speaker, or I keep saying speaker, the microphone that catches everything behind home plates. All right, now 1 away for An Chi Young, as that one's in there for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. An Chi Young hasn't had an at-bats yet today. He took over on the base pass for Lee Jung-jun, who pinch hit for Oh Yoon Suk, as that one is in there. 0-2. Yeah, you could. I was like, man, I think he hit the speaker or the microphone, and then they show it. I was like, yep, he did. As that one is bounced away. 1-2 now. And the 1-2 pitch misses outside at 2-2. Oh, he definitely doesn't have strikeouts. That's from Wante. All righty, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside corner and hits him right on the elbow. I don't think he wears very many guards either. And that's going to bring up Kim Sang-soo. Oh, no, he does have an elbow guard, but that was right on the tricep. Giving the old horseshoe a couple baseball stitches. Adding a little 3D print to his to the old horseshoe. More guys warming up in the bullpen. Oh, Isung Min, it looked like. Again, this team struggles to close out games. They've gone through, I think, 3 or 4 different closers already this season. And that's in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. Kim Sang-soo. This is not Kim Sang-soo. This is Joe Day something. Joe Day Hyun is pinch hitting here. And that's a balk. The KBO is KBOing, ladies and gentlemen. The KBO is KBOing. And the 0-2 is going to be lined into the outfield. That's probably going to score a run as he comes up with an RBI single. Now you've got a runner over on first base. Why is this not updating? There we go. Rojas now striding up to the plates. Representing the tying run, ladies and gentlemen. 0 for 1 on the day. Popped up to the shortstop in foul territory in his first at bats as a pinch hitter. First hit of the day with runners in scoring position as that one misses outside. Ball 1. Yeah, and here comes the 1-0 pitch. Catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. Joe Hyun over on first base, plenty of speed, but the run that matters is the one that's at the plate right now. All righty, here comes the 1-1 pitch. Misses up high. 2-1 now. 2-1. 14 pitches. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. 2-2. Way behind that. Rojas is just not able to catch up to the fastballs anymore. 15 pitches. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. In the dirts and runs the count full. 3-2. On deck is Guangdong Jin, who took over defensively after all of those substitutions for that the sacrifice bunt with a runner on first and nobody out. And here comes the 3-2 count. Rojas sets up on the outside, it pops it foul, but it will get out of play, and that's will resets for another 3-2 count. Doosan takes the lead back on a double play. And here comes the 3-2 count. Misses up and in, and he walks him. Runners on first and second now. 1 out for the top of the lineup. Guangdong Jin getting his first at bat of the day. Guangdong Jin also a ton of speed. And when I mean a ton of speed, I mean an absolute ridiculous speed. So anything on the ground, he's probably not going to get doubled up. All righty. Big at bat here. Runners on first and second, down 2. Just 1 out for Guangdong Jin as he looks at a curveball in there for a strike. 0-1. Guangdong Jin hitting 236 on the season. And that misses outside. Ball 1, 1-1. 20 pitches now for Iho Sung. Was it a pitch off the plate? And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside. Misses up high. 2-1. Guangdong Jin is hitting 250 on the season with runners in scoring position. Well, Kiwi, at least for your sake, Doosan ended up taking the lead back. You got me. I would have never have guessed that. All righty, here comes the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball through the right side. He will hold him up at third, and they've got the bases loaded with 1 out. Like I said, this team struggles to close out games. Bases loaded, 1 out. They've got Ko coming up, who's 0 for 4. The KBO never is safe. And that is up high, ball 1. Ko 0 for 4 on the day. A fly out to right, a strikeout looking, a 4-3 ground out, and a pop fly to the shortstop. At third is a Jode Hyun. Plenty of speed. Rojas also enough speed to score, probably on a double, as he is getting his moves on, because they can't throw strikes, as the 1-0 up high, ball 2, 2-0. They're not consistent. They basically like, oh yeah, you have money, you can be a pitcher. They don't develop the players. They rush them to the league. They focus on speed and not accuracy. They don't know how to pitch. They just know how to throw. 3-0 count, 25 pitches from your closer. As the most dangerous hitter in the league is next. 3-0 walks him. Yeah, you gotta have a you gotta change the pitcher at this point, right? All right. Well, 3-2 game, bases loaded. Still. KBO doing the KBO, ladies and gentlemen. KBO doing the KBO. Is KT gonna walk it off, ladies and gentlemen? So SSG holds on to get the win and the series win, which means Hana with a losing week. 2, 3, and 1 on the week with SSG and Doosan. Looks like Kia and Lotte still tied at 2 in the bottom of the 8th, but Lotte's got runners on first and second with 1 out. Then LG and Doosan. LG's down 6-7, but they've got a runner on first with 1 out. NC and Kium are done as NC unloads and ends up scoring 4 runs in the 8th to win 12-4. Because he's already thrown 20 pitches. He can't throw anymore. Kim Tae-hoon out on the mound now, 4.09 ERA. All right, An Min as it looks at a strike right down the middle. An Min 2 for 4 on the day. Singled in his first at bats, flew out to right, a pop fly to the second baseman, and a single with a stolen base just last inning. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. As he pops him up, but it gets out of play, and it's 0-2. And yeah, I mean, Kiwi, I still don't think that there's a great team this year. All right, the 0-2 pitch. And he lifts it to center field. That's going to be trouble. Center fielder grabs it. That will tie the game. And just like that, KT gets their 3 before they get 3 outs. And I assume Guangdong Jin, what is Guangdong Jin doing? Why is he not tagging up? That's going to bring up a Jang Sung Woo. Like I said, Samsung's bullpen is awful. All right, so Jang Sung Woo misses low, ball 1, 1-0. And here we go. The 1-0 pitch sets up on the inside, way inside, and misses inside. 1-1, 2-0. 2-0 pitch sets up on the outside corner, misses, and that's 3-0. Jim, I really do need my own show. The amount of correct predictions I have, I should have my own show. All right. The 3-0 pitch way up high, and he walks him. Yeah, where's Mary Kate? All right, now base is loaded. Is he gonna again? Guangdong Jin is extremely fast at third base. As Hog Young Min steps in 0 for 4 on the day, and that's ball 1. Up high, 1-0. Anything wild, Guangdong Jin is easily in. All righty, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Up high, 2-0. I don't know if you guys realize what Gudong or Gujauk was just yelling right there. What he just said to the other outfielders is if there's a ground ball, you need to throw to second base because Jong Sung Woo is really slow at first. And the fact that he's really slow at first, they can throw to second base and get the force outs. And because it's a force out, the run wouldn't score, even on what you would think would be a single because it's a force outs. So I always talk about fundamentals and it's lacking in the KBO, but that is a heads up. That is a very, very smart call by the left fielder. As much as I am not a fan of that particular person or that particular player, I don't know him as a person. Yeah, as he fakes the bunts, pulls it back, and now it's 3-0. All righty, here we go. The 3-0 counts. Bases loaded. Ball four. Game over. Good Lord, ladies and gentlemen. Good Lord. Eight balls. Jim, what do you mean? This is the KBO at its finest. KBO at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, they can't hit with runners in scoring position, but it doesn't matter when the other team just walks everybody. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 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 Lotte take the lead? Yeah. A double scored too. I thought Kia would win that game, and LG's got the bases loaded in the top of the eighth. As that game is extremely close, but I mean, KBO. I mean, that's exactly what this game was. It was a pure KBO-ness. KBO doing its biggest KBO-ness that they could possibly do for this game. I mean, both pitchers pitched extremely well. Let me rephrase that. Both starters pitched extremely well. Both of them going 7 innings, quality start plus. Juan Tain, 7 innings, 93 pitches, 61 for strikes, gave up 6 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, no runs. Go Young Pyo, 7 innings, 97 pitches, 72 for strikes, 5 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 1 run. It was earned. But the KT bullpen was just better than the the Samsung bullpen. Even though the KT bullpen ended up giving up 2 runs, the Samsung bullpen, again, they can't close out games. Another blown save. That puts them tied for 9th in the league in terms of blown saves. Not something that you want to be tied for anywhere in the edges of that. It all comes down to Iho Sung. I said as soon as he came in, I said Iho Sung is probably the worst closer in the game. And what happened? Well, He threw a third of an inning, 26 pitches, 12 strikes, two hits, three walks. All four runs are charged to him. Kim Tae-yoon came in, didn't pitch any better. 11 pitches. Again, it started an 0-2 count to An Hyun-min, and then An Hyun-min gets the sacrifice fly to give them a run, and then he walks the next two batters on 8 pitches for KT to walk it off. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, KT gets the win. It's an important win for them because they need to kind of try to create some space. They're in 4th place, 9 games behind Hanwha, but Hanwha lost today, so they're going to be 8 games behind Hanwha. Lotte is going to might end up getting the win against Kia. Who knows? LG is currently losing to Doosan, so the teams in front of them are all losing today. So it's important also because, well, next week KT and LG are playing each other, and Samsung and Hanwha are playing each other. Then in the weekend, LG, Samsung, KT, NC, and Kia and Hanwha. So, yeah, he's good sometimes, but he's also really bad sometimes. That's the thing is you can usually, if Kenny was here, Kenny could tell you. Usually, you can tell in the first 2 or 3 pitches whether he's going to have a good game or not. He's just another guy that's so overused. Again, same thing that happened with Hanwha. Hanwha's bullpen is so overused, their cracks are starting to show. Lotte is going to be in the same situation. Normally, Hanwha and Lotte are so bad that they're behind so many games that they're not using their bullpen that much. This year, Hanwha and Lotte are using their bullpen so much because, well, because they're finally winning. So it's going to be interesting to see how those two teams do in the later part of the games or later part of the season, especially in August, coming up in August, because it's still extremely, extremely hot. But yeah, so Samsung, their bullpen, again, just absolutely imploded as they are not able to hold on up 3-0, and they can't get 3 outs before they give up the walk-off walk. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I'll try to do 2 weekday games and 2 weekend games. Not entirely sure exactly what I'm going to be doing. So Doosan shouldn't. I picked Doosan to win today. I said Doosan should win the game. They're winning. I said the games that I would pick. I said Kia, Doosan, and NC were my pregame picks. Kia is now losing 5-2, but Doosan is up 7-6, and NC is up 12-4. So yeah, Hanwha loses another one, 3-2. Lotte is currently up 5-2. Doosan is currently up 7-6. And obviously KT walked it off here, and then NC huge win there, 12-4. As NC is slowly creeping up. Like I said, Jim, if you wanted a sneaky pick to make the playoffs, NC would be it. As their offense is just so good. Yeah, they did obviously just beat up on Kium, who everybody beats up on Kium. So, well, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back next week sometime. Just pay attention to when you get when I put something up. You can also on the Instagram, if you look on the page, whichever page you're looking at, Instagram, if you're in the vertical up at the top, or if you're in the horizontal over on the left, you can check out the Instagram. I usually post a link in the Instagram whenever I do games. I didn't this weekend because I was lazy. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back next week. And as always, until next time.